couple of other guys that stood out, and then we will dive into all of your questions. The big one here, the big kahuna. And when I say that, he is massive as well. Darnell Washington stole the freaking show today, man. He is so undervalued. It is nuts. The last 2 days, he has caught a combined, I think, 6 or 7 passes, which is big for Darnell Washington. He looks smoother as a route runner. I said it yesterday that one of the coaches was like, oh, dude, great, phenomenal route running. He looks better as a pass catcher. Now, last year, he looked good the first week of training camp, too, so you got to kind of temper expectations. Backs on backers, dominant. Absolutely dominant. It wasn't even fair. Like, it wasn't. Guys were exhausted after trying as hard as humanly possible to push Darnell Washington 3 yards backwards. And Darnell would stand up afterwards and just be like, all right, next one. We're just going to do the next one. It was like it was nothing. It was like child play. It was ridiculous. Darnell looks great. He was very, very impressive today. A guy that I think if he could stay healthy, if the knee issues don't become a problem like they did last year, Darnell's a guy that's going to be involved much more in this offense. And the Steelers have been using 2 tight end sets regularly. It is a lot of 2 tight end sets here. So Darnell's going to get a lot of play. I'm a big fan of Darnell Washington, especially after today, especially after the last 2 days. He looks phenomenal. And then running with him is Pat Freiermuth, who had another great day. This guy continues to stack great days. He's going to be a monster. Like, I was talking to someone today, another writer today, and we both came to the agreement that Pat Freiermuth, like, he might put himself in like top 10, top 5 tight ends in the NFL this season, depending on how well Russell Wilson is able to find him on the field. He looks that good. He's kind of unstoppable. That's the 2 big standouts for the day. The other 2, I'll toss you a couple names here. George Pickens, obviously, you come up with that catch. Come on. How are you not going to be added to that list? Peyton Wilson was another one. Him and Jaylen Warren went head-to-head in backs on backers. Peyton got him once with the first one, a really crazy spin, looked super athletic. Jaylen came back. I will say he gave him a little rookie moment. He hit him so hard, Peyton kind of stood up. Like, he hit him and Peyton was, and then kept going. Trying to argue he won the rep. He did not. Jaylen, clear as day, won that rep. Jeremiah Moon is the other one. Jeremiah Moon, Mike Tomlin gave him a shout out in backs on backers, making sure he was lined up against some big names. He had a good day. He definitely had a good day, put himself in advantage to kind of make some noise for the Steelers and maybe earn a place on this roster. Thought they had a good day. That's my list there. Darnell Washington tops it, Pat Freiermuth, George Pickens, Peyton Wilson, and Jeremiah Moon for you.
Yeah, the one that obviously everybody's talking about right now is Darnell Washington. And the one thing that I will say is everybody always says year 1 to year 2 is the biggest physical leap for a lot of these NFL players. Darnell Washington was a monster before he even stepped foot on an NFL field. So if he takes even a minimal leap into year 2, that makes him one of the most dangerous players on the field, in my opinion. So the fact that he's doing that, he's now in a system that, surprise, surprise, an Arthur Smith system, the first day of pads, shows and highlights the tight end play. If he can be able to put it all together, Darnell Washington, I'm so excited for his season in 2024. He was a guy that I was jumping up and down when the Steelers drafted him, because I was saying, not only is he going to help their running game, which is whether they believed it or not going into last season, we don't need to go into the coordinator. Their identity was running the football. Now that they know their identity, they have a guy to execute it in Washington, and it's going into his second season. I'm super excited for what he's going to do in 2024.
Yeah, he's going to be hopefully a big piece of this offense. You're spot on with the excitement and where things can go, but we also are always under the interpretation that it's a one day at a time situation here when it comes to training camp, because things today could be a good day, tomorrow could be a good day, the day after that could stink, So it is. I think the upside this year is big with him. Arthur Smith is built for Darnell Washington's built for Arthur Smith. I don't know how to say it, but whatever way it is, chicken egg, doesn't matter. Arthur Smith, Darnell Washington, that is a match made in heaven.